welcome to finally another episode of Girlfriend vs. Boyfriend. And today, I have to say, Christmas come a little bit early for us, namely almost a full month early, November 23rd, the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. And judged by our outfits, hopefully my outfit. But, yeah, there we go. Now, more befitting. We spent, as frankly everybody should have spent the November 23rd at theaters somewhere watching the 50th anniversary special in 3D of Doctor Who, which is what we did.
Although there were only 11 theaters doing that across the country, so we don't exactly blame anyone who couldn't do that.
I blame the theaters for not having enough out there.
This is true.
But, yeah, we got to spend the time out there surrounded by hordes of Doctor Who fans.
Yeah, we definitely knew we were in the right place. We'd been, we're in the middle of Washington, but we'd been to the Seattle area, which is where the theater was before, just not to this particular theater. So we came in, we had the address, but, you know, obviously seeing a whole bunch of people dressed up in Doctor Who stuff, we didn't have any kind of concern about, is this the right one? Are we sure that we read the directions correctly? We were pretty sure by all of the roses. There was even this great 50s rose. They just did a great job. They were all so polite. So very proud of Doctor Who fans.
I want to give a shout out. There was one gentleman that was in a excellent 7th Doctor's outfit with the umbrella. I mean, the full 9 yards. I mean, a lot of people just kind of showed up. Fezzes.
Yeah, a lot of fezzes.
Tons of Tom Baker scarves.
Yes.
And, you know, T-shirts, fans, and stuff like that. But
and like me, the blue Converse.
And also the shout out to the one that was dressed in the Wilf reindeer antlers.
That was good.
Yes. It's nice that someone remembered to come as Wilf for the Doctor Who special. So, but yeah, it was a tremendous experience. And I mean, seriously, I mean, how many times did the audience applaud?
Yeah, they were very quiet though. As far as actually listening and watching the movie, not just talking the entire time. But obviously when something comes out like a whole bunch of doctors all in the same room together, we got a little excited.
Yeah, I believe there was even, like when David Tennant first appeared.
Oh my god. Y'all girls need to calm down. I swear to God, the pitch and the dogs, I'm sure, heard it from miles and miles around. The just screechy, high-pitched sound that came through the entire theater. Everyone was dead quiet. The Strax came on and did his little popcorn, popping the popcorn and eating them, and that it makes him really happy because they're being popped, and then you just go, oh no, oh, please don't eat me, please don't, Mr. Strax, these are really nice popcorn.
I do worry about her sometimes.
I didn't have any popcorn in the theater. I did not know he was going to do that. I seriously, there was a chick right next to me with a popcorn. I'm just like, I kept wanting to steal. Just like if I could just get a handful right now.
It was honestly an experience.
Might be able to sneak it.
It was honestly an experience. I mean, it wasn't just coming in there and watching, you know, a movie-length feature.
Yeah.
Between the, you know, Strax's little public service announcement there, reminding people of the Centauran Empire not to talk on their cell phones, nor try to use camcorders to record their thing, to record it, you know, bootleg style. You know.
It's probably the most entertaining public service announcement that I'd seen before. But then, right after that, here comes, you know, Smith saying, you know, okay, this is going to be 3D and all of that, and then all of a sudden there comes Tenet before the movie even starts, just a little announcement thing, and just Jiminy Christmas. If my eardrums had burst before I was able to watch the Doctor Who 50th anniversary, I would have been just a little bit upset with some people. Okay? So let's just, next time, the next anniversary, let's just keep the screeching to a minimum. He'll probably be in a bigger theater next time because it's getting so much more popular and more popular.
Yeah, well,
So,
as the 11th Doctor said, when we see the 100th anniversary,
yeah.
when it's in 12D, he was a little disappointed that it was the 3D. Oh dear.
Oh my god. Oh my. Oh.
I thought you were made with new indestructible parts. I'm sorry.
I think that he just. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Fell fixed. The Peter doesn't need to get upset. See, he's intact. Both
I
ears.
think he was just trying to get your sympathy because he wants some minion puppet core.
He'll
There
pop
we
it
go.
with his nose laser.
Probably. He'll make it much more flavorful. I feel that we kind of betrayed him by doing this in the microwave now. He's trying to teach us a lesson.
Lesson learned.
But speaking of, Tenet worked really well with Smith. It was nice seeing them on camera together. Everyone was great. It was just well done.
Yeah, it was well delivered. I mean, a lot of times you'll have a special like this come along, a big anniversary. They'll promise you something that's going to blow you away.
Yeah.
And 9 chances out of 10, it doesn't quite deliver to the hype that the advertisers put out for it. This time, it delivered. It, hands down, no question about it. From the public service announcement from the Centauran Empire, right to the very end. Yes, I do worry about her
I
sometimes.
have to put this down because I'm going to keep doing it if I see him. Okay. All right. I'm good.
I mean, and we weren't sure what to expect. I mean, we had that small teaser bit with John Hurt at the end of Name of the Doctor, but his character wasn't fleshed out. We didn't know what type of doctor. We were expecting something dark and disturbing, and especially with that teaser thing they put out there, Night of the Doctor, which
yeah.
6 minutes of awesome. Paul McGann jumping back in as the 8th Doctor, as if 15 years hasn't gone by.
He did an incredibly great job. It was nice to see him, not just with the audiobooks, but actually see him as the Doctor again. He still has it, for sure.
Yeah, no question about it. He jumped in there. 6 minutes of awesome that I'm sure fans all over the place were starting to wish that he had come back for more Doctor.
They've actually talked about that a lot of fans wish that maybe after Capaldi he'll come back and be the Doctor, or maybe just release a few specials of him being his Doctor, but just new adventures, but in video form instead of just audiobook. Even though audiobook is good, and books are good. Okay.
Maybe they could just do a series of
that.
short 6-minute clips like that.
Exactly.
And that's why it usually takes up his time. Because I was just hearing something about him actually getting out to a new series. I completely forget. I've spaced out, but he's supposed to be starring in a new series.
I know that he was on Luther for a bit, but that was a few years ago.
No, this was something new that was just coming out there. I would say our preparedness for this was not as up, but
he sonicked his brain too many times today. He's been playing with it, and then it came apart, and then it went back together. So there might be a little malfunction.
Well, he just needs a little bit of adjusting. So anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, they played well off each other. It was nice seeing John Hurt's Doctor, which was believable as a Doctor. I could honestly believe he was a version of him and not just some dark, menacing war Doctor.
I agree.
And
I was kind of expecting them to kind of have Smith and Tennant go against the War Doctor, because the War Doctor has done something bad that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, that was because I kind of was thinking it was going to be those two against him, Doctor versus Doctor.
It was kind of nice that they kind of set that up that way, so you didn't know exactly what to expect.
Well, we didn't know what to expect with the whole thing, and I'll admit it kept me at the edge of my seat there. As they were all getting towards the bit with, is he gonna do the basically set the bomb off? Isn't he? I was at the edge of my seat. I did not know. I seriously did not know which way they were going to go, and they kept like seeming like they were in reverse direction and back again. I mean, I know Moffat likes to play the sleight of hand. Don't see where I'm coming from, but boy, double blind, triple blind. I lost count after a while.
Well, it is Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Billie Piper did a fantastic job being the device, the moment.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are upset that she wasn't playing Rose Tyler, but I think that because she was the moment, yes, technically, but she was also taking all the memories of Rose and being Rose at times. So she got to be at least slightly Rose Tyler and still be this new great character, which I really enjoyed. And we'll see if they bring back Rose in the Christmas special. They did release a whole bunch of pictures of Billie Piper dressed up as Rose Tyler when they were filming the 50th anniversary, is what people thought it was going to be. So we'll see. You might still get her as Rose, so just calm down.
Of course, if she doesn't appear, we take no liability whatsoever. No hate mails, no bombs in the mail, because we promise nothing.
No.
And if Stephen Moffat promised you anything, he's probably lying.
Most likely.
He's luring you in.
I do like the picture that has been going around for quite a while of him with a mug that says "Your Tears," just drinking out of it. It's enjoyable.
But yeah, I think her performance was really good, and even got the chance to have a new outfit for her.
Yes, new cosplay options that are very cool yet comfortable, and again, an option. I mean, there are a whole lot of costumes in Doctor Who already in the canon, but it's nice to have kind of a more modern, different, accepting for the TARDIS when she was made into a human being. So this is another one where you have an interesting kind of costume and character that's not in the main canon.
And I'm sure we'll see plenty of those at the next set of conventions, if not already.
Probably already. As soon as
Osmond
Oswald came out in freaking Asylum of the Daleks, there was a whole bunch of people. Those shoes, those wedge sneakers that were red, sold out so quickly. Just all of the little things that would make up someone to dress as her, they were just selling out really quickly.
And just between that, I mean, we've got the new Paul McGann outfit.
Yeah.
We've got John Hurt's Doctor outfit. We've got Billie Piper's Bad Wolf outfit.
Okay.
Now, I was just talking about outfits there. We haven't seen an outfit yet for Capaldi.
Well, there's the eyebrows.
All we got to see was the eyebrows.
I'm surprised. Actually, I need to do a search to see if there are t-shirts or something with just Capaldi's eyes and his little eyebrows on it.
Yes, according to Twitter, Capaldi's eyebrows own the internet. So remember, every time you're paying your monthly fees for your internet there, part of that is going towards Capaldi's eyebrows.
Yes.
Does that sound wrong?
I choose not to interpret it in a wrong way.
So, next.
Yeah?
It was nice to see Clara sort of seamlessly interact with not only John Hurt's Doctor, she had a very lovely scene there, but also Tennant's Doctor.
Yeah.
But then again, with her experience going through his entire timeline, dealing
But
with Tennant should be no issue.
I don't know how much she remembers. She did remember meeting the two doctors before, that it was established, but I'm not sure exactly how much of it.
Yeah, she seemed to have some memories, but not able to retain everything. So like,
which makes sense.
But which sort of like Roy talking about being plastic and remembering that he was, and the 2,000 years he'd been there, but that he couldn't remember it always.
I don't
so
think
like
I guess I interpret it as more he didn't necessarily want to, that he chose to be human. He chose to be human and be
the doctor made it sound like more like a safety valve,
back.
not so it didn't drive him nuts with 2,000 years of memories.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of it probably very boring, but
I don't know about that.
staying outside the box.
I'm sure he had plenty of side adventures.
Well, maybe later on down the line there, but you know, I'm pretty sure there was a line the first couple centuries that was kind of.
He, I'm sure, made up his own games. Probably had game night in front of the box. You know, made a little house next to the box.
You know that is a.
You make your own fun, okay?
You know that is actually a missed opportunity they didn't try to do. Is one of those little extras on the DVDs during that season, like
just
a
Rory
snippet,
trying to entertain himself.
a snippet of the last centurion passing time.
Just him shooting that little gun, his little gun hand until it's out of ammo, and him just looking at the hand and just being like, damn it, what am I gonna do now? I'm out of charge from my gun hand.
I think you could have a lot of fun with that. I could see.
Oh, yeah.
If they missed opportunity, Moffat.
We'll see. I think Moffat at a certain point allows fans to kind of pick up the pieces, though. He's like, here's an opportunity, you can go, and fans are gonna go off and do their own spin on things anyway. So I'm sure there's a whole bunch of fan-made art and stories and fan fiction about all that kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I miss it, but the only thing I really saw was the Roy Williams making everyone else's boyfriend look bad for 2,000 years.
That's right.
But it was nice, and Claire got to really interact with the John Hurt one, and really held her own. Which he was a much older looking doctor, so it was a slightly different dynamic than like messing with Matt Smith. So I think that she's going to do very well when dealing with Peter Capaldi's.
She's quite a nurturing character, and she doesn't have that same kind of reaction to other doctors that previous companions have had. That just kind of, but you're not my doctor, because they don't look like your doctor, even though these are previous incarnations of the same guy she's been traveling around with. She was much more accepting of them, and wanted to listen, and wanted to get to know them, and kind of knew them on a level, because she understood that they were the same, not in every way, but that they were essentially the same person. And that's Clara.
Mm-hmm. The impossible goal.
Yes.
I had to toss that out. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere written in some bylaw that we can't talk about Claire without calling her impossible goal at least once.
Or Souffle Girl. Mm-hmm. Or, yeah. Sure, there are many things. Mm-hmm. But I'd like to see her with Capaldi.
I think she's going to do just fine.
I think she's going to hold her own, definitely. But that's why I can't wait to see those scenes.
It is going to be a different dynamic, and that's really going to be what I think a lot of the storytelling is going to be, is her adjusting to the new doctor and just how she's going to deal with him.
She's very Mary Poppins, though, so as far as the Julie Andrews version, so she'll probably just, alright, this is the situation, so I'm just going to go and run with this, and we'll just deal with it. She just kind of does what needs to be done for the situation, and she just goes with the flow.
Next.
Oswald? Yes. Fan character was very nice nod to the fans in the 50th anniversary.
And we had a scientist that was working with UNIT. First time we see her running off around there, she has a Tom Baker scarf around her neck. Oh, actually, wasn't, of course, supposed to be Tom Baker's scarf. It was just a multicolored, very long scarf that just happened to be in a Doctor Who's episode.
Well, she obviously knew who the Doctor was and was a huge fan. So, and I've come across this thing, it's a bit odd. I tend to do Pinterest, and I've seen this picture where people are apparently thinking that Oswald is the same person as Lorna from A Good Man Goes to War. And I don't know why. They have different names. They are played by different actresses. They look somewhat alike in that they have similar coloring and that they have their hair pulled back. But other than that, but yeah, there's a thing going around saying that Oswald is apparently like an earlier or later version of the Lorna character in A Good Man Goes to War.
You're talking about
because they look kind of alike.
The one that made the
leaf.
The leaf thing.
Yeah.
The one who died. The one that was from the other
yes.
planet.
Yeah.
And they had only met the Doctor when she was a little girl.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't count that as actual fans, though. That's just, I don't know, someone that hadn't really been very familiar with Doctor Who going and making a pin and a meme thing that said that and that really apparently believed it and started passing it around.
Well, that is the internet for you.
Yeah, I suppose.
But she was a nice character.
Yeah.
She was a nice little addition. She was a little fun to kind of play with, and did not die, so that was good. I was afraid she was going to be like the red shirt for Doctor Who there.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, die in Doctor Who, but then a lot of people do not.
But fun character and nice to put in, nice nod. And I like Smith's line when he laying there and sees the first time and is nice scarf. Fandom, yeah, I love it. Next topic is Clara and the Vortex Manipulator.
I just can't help, but especially, we don't know really what happened to the Vortex Manipulator after Clara got a hold of it. I don't know if she stashed it in her purse, which is what I would do, especially since she already knows the code to it. I just kind of see Clara go off on side adventures and kind of go in different things. There's a lot of possibilities there, and she is a very curious woman. I was going to say girl, but not really girl. She's a woman. So I just think that there's possibilities.
I could play around with that.
Yeah, I can kind of see them trying to take it away from her, but good luck. Good luck trying to take anything away from Clara. Because if she doesn't want to let you, it's not going to happen.
Gallifrey falls no more.
Yeah.
God. I mean, Doctor Who, they keep pointing out that, changing history is what Doctor Who does.
Yeah.
And basically, the surprise ending of basically saving Gallifrey from the Time War and sort of undoing, but not undoing, the Doctor's darkest hour was honestly brilliant. Managing to do it in a way that doesn't rewrite all of the experiences from the 9th, 10th, and 11th Doctor, but now, honestly, really does take the show in a new direction.
Which is nice to have instead of... Because, yes, it's Doctor Who and there's infinite possibilities and there's infinite stories, but it's nice to have an actual goal besides he's just going around trying to do the best he can to save whatever people and trying to be interested in this world without going completely insane, that he has a larger goal of going home, and that there is an actual possibility of being able to go home.
I mean, we've had 7 years. 7 years since the show came back on. 7 seasons. Plus the specials. And so technically about 8 years of the show since it came back. 8 years of Last of the Time Lords. 8 years of him basically being a little moody about that.
It makes sense that he would be moody about that. But yes.
And it is such a big thing, getting rid of the Time Lords. And with the way they set it up, especially with the end of time, it was really kind of set up at that point. You're thinking, no coming back for them, Okay. And just Stephen Moffat. He just apparently took that one as a challenge. And if this is what he's been aiming up for, if this is what he's been ramping up for his 50th anniversary, he needs to take a break, actually. I expect nothing more from that man for a while.
Well, Sherlock, he can't stop! We've got Sherlock coming up! You take it back.
He's only written the 3 episodes.
I know,
there, right?
but he needs to write more.
Well, he can take a break, though. He can take a break of putting out such awesomeness. He needs to recharge the awesomeness, okay? If we tap it, it's like trying to squeeze too much from the golden goose, okay?
I know, but I also don't want him to stop.
He can take a break. Let's say a day? 2?
We can have a mini break.
We go for coffee.
A mini break is a few days.
Oh, okay. Okay, you have a few days.
But then, yes, he needs to
Back to work.
go back to work. Because I don't want him to stop writing by any stretch of the imagination. though.
Well, I believe
And Moffat.
the Day of the Doctor is written by him too.
I would be surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah. So yeah, it didn't stop, but a lot of effort went into the 50th anniversary, and it showed. And it was wonderful. It really did set things up now for a new angle he can play around with. I mean, it'll be a kind of a back, the overreaching arc of each story. He's going to obviously have his new adventures, and this is going to be Capaldi's effort. This is going to be Capaldi's quest.
I like the return of the grumpy old man, but very spry. He's quite. He can jump around and move pretty fast.
He's pretty spry. He's pretty spry for a guy only going on 1208.
Well, that too. Yes.
I'm just wondering what they're going to pick on him for this time. I guess. I mean, let's see. We had with Eccleston we had the ears.
Well, the eyebrows are already established.
Yeah. So Tennant we had the eyes.
Yes. What? What?
The crazy eyes.
Okay.
That's
I thought it was the hair.
Well, both him and Smith had the crazy hair.
I think Tennant's might have been a little bit crazy.
Okay, it was the hair. We had the crazy hair and the crazy eyes with Tennant. With Smith, we had the chin, and now we have the eyebrows. Guy, I feel sorry for the one that places Capaldi. What's it going to be, the nose?
I guess it depends on who they cast.
So Gallifrey falls no more. Peter Capaldi steps in as the 12th Doctor, and that's going to be his quest to find Gallifrey, for however long that's going to take. How long do you think? Long do you think Stephen Moffat's going to keep us waiting on that one?
I mean, we shall see. Capaldi is pretty. I mean, I imagine that he would be fairly determined, except he has no idea in what pocket universe the Gallifrey is currently, and it could be literally anywhere. So it might take a bit. I would kind of like to see Capaldi do it, because I'm interested to see him do everything. I would like to see him stay on a while. I understand that after Smith that they want someone different. They don't want to just go with the man boy again, although Smith did such a great job. But you can't replicate that. So they're going in the different direction with Capaldi, curmudgeon. And they're talking about him only staying a year. And since he's been announced and everything and seeing more and more of him, I'm already getting attached to Capaldi. So I don't think after a year anyone will really want him to leave. It'll be kind of like an Eccleston thing where people, no!
Maybe like a Matt Smith thing. They don't want him to go.
Well, no. They'd probably be happy with him just doing this for the rest of his life.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a petition to chain Matt Smith to the TARDIS Control Council. You will continue to make episodes.
If they were in America, that probably would happen. There would probably be a whole bunch of fans mobbing them and chaining him to the TARDIS. But they're in England, and they're a little bit more used to Doctor Who over there, even though I'm sure that there are crazy fans.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. If nothing else, though, I mean, I'm not sure we know now what's going on with the Christmas special there.
Not 100%.
Well, Transalore and that. So, Matt Smith's going to go out in the Flash. He's going to go out, hopefully, in style. But the 50th anniversary is going to be hard to follow up with. And, we forgot to mention about the other Doctor that appeared.
Baker.
God, I'm not sure who got the biggest cheers, honestly. David Tennant when he first appeared on screen, or Tom Baker's surprise cameo at the end.
Not the most high-pitched. But yes, Baker definitely did get a lot of love.
Oh God, yes. I got surprised too. I had heard he was supposed to do a cameo, but honestly, with the excitement of the episode, I had completely forgotten.
I had heard rumors, but I just kind of don't really take those very seriously.
And props to whoever talked to me accordingly. He hasn't been on screen about Doctor Who in 38 years, and he came out for this. So fantastic.
Yes, I agree.
Definitely a bit of fun there as we lead into it. So, side note here, 50th anniversary was, even though it was the biggest thing out there was the 50th anniversary, they also threw us another little bit of fun. They had
Thank you, Gaddis.
the what they call docudrama.
Sure.
Okay, I'm not sure what else to call it. The docudrama called Adventure in
The
Time
dramatized true story of the beginning of Doctor Who.
Yeah. Basically, the creation of it, having it played through, and meeting the actor playing William Hartnell, playing the Doctor, which was a very nice nod off. You know, look at, you know, here's the show. It's been around for 50 years. And it's kind of interesting watching the process of making it, creating it for the first time, before it was anything big, before it was anything...
Pure luck and happenstance.
Which basically sums up the Doctor's experience for 1,200 years anyway.
Yes.
But they did it very nicely. And I think what was done really the best was showing William Hartnell's part in it, being the first Doctor, before they realized there wasn't going to be any other Doctors, when he was the Doctor, the only Doctor.
He was definitely the captain of the ship there for a bit.
Mm-hmm. And seeing his take on things, his viewpoint on things, interacting with the various different people he had, but also really showcasing the difficulties he had. At the time, unfortunately for a man of his age, his health was failing him. I mean, it wouldn't have been as much today, but he was having difficulties with his physical health as well as, unfortunately, with his memory, which for an actor can be extremely difficult. But he persevered, and they showcased that through. He wanted to continue doing the part. He was trying so hard to...
He didn't want the show to die, though. Yeah, he definitely had his incredibly gruff... I don't know how honest that they were about how he was in real life, but he could be pretty mean. But he got this passion of Doctor Who in his life, and it changed him. It really changed his life. And it was important to him, and especially going into it the first season and hearing, oh, okay, well, you're going to be a Time Lord, you're going to be a time traveler, you're going to go in this police box. And him just taking it and running with it and getting to know it and it being important to him, and he really stuck with it and believed in it. And having especially an older actor come in and take that kind of thing seriously,
yeah,
that's pretty amazing.
I mean, you gotta admit, when you pitch it the way you do, it's like,
yeah,
who took this thing seriously to begin with?
It was a miracle.
It's
a
like,
slowly building on itself miracle until it turned into an actual, oh, we have a budget for that kind of thing. But
and there were lovely little touches, and it was interesting seeing things like the Daleks being wheeled out for the first time, you know?
And scaring all the kids. There are adults, so many more adults in America watch it than kids, unlike in Britain, and things like my father.
Things like your father?
I was going into a story. Things as in the experience that I've had before. But, okay. So the thing is the experience, not the father. But anyway, you got me distracted. Now, which he does all the time. Okay. So, I try to introduce my family, the rest of my family, like most people that get into Doctor Who do, into this kind of world. And especially I thought that my two little brothers would get into it and get a kick out of it. But my dad had seen a couple of episodes with Tennant, and I decided a good starting point for them would be the 5th season, 1st episode, the 11th hour with Matt Smith. It's better special effects, which makes the kids, I mean, it'll get them just get them sucked in, and then they can go back and watch the not so great special effects later years. But I just want to get them addicted, so that's where I started, okay? But Dad thought it was too scary after the episode was over. I'm like, what is scary about the 11th hour? There's a big eye and a bed of crystal, and there's an eel thing. It's not scary. The scary things in Doctor Who are the things that don't really look scary, which is what's great about it.
Which definitely Moffat likes to play around with.
Yeah.
I mean, his Weeping Angels are probably top of the mark there as far as the not looking so scary thing. But we still have to hand to the menace that the pepper shaker, what would they call it, pepper mills?
Mhm.
Pepper mills became?
Or pepper pot.
Pepper pot, yeah. I mean, it's part of the ludicrousness of it that has become a symbol of extraterrestrial menace is a Dalek.
Those kids, even way back when Doctor Who first started, were still scared to death of the Daleks. And they're so cute, they just want hugs.
So go ahead, for the sake of us all, go out there and hug your Dalek.
Hug.
But do yourself a favor. I mean, truly, it's for the experience. We were lucky we were able to watch both in the same day, the 50th anniversary special and Adventure in Time and Space. If you haven't had a chance to, go out and watch it, find it, do what you gotta do, watch the thing. As a true fan, nothing else to appreciate the history of where this fabulous show has come from.
And again, appreciation for Moffat and Gaddis as, having a lot to do with, of course, the writing. Which, writing is important.
Tends to be.
Just a little bit. You can wing it for a slight amount of time. Depends on the actor, I guess. But when you have that quality writing that they can do, it's very well appreciated by the fandom.
Well, as you said, Moffat still has his work to do. Sherlock 3. We finally got a release date on.
Yeah.
So, both him and Gaddis busy working on
New Year's for UK, which means that I can watch it because I have my ways. Although in America, PBS is apparently going to have it only a few weeks later. I'm used to them having a few months in between, so
hopefully
things are getting slightly better for the U.S.
Well, hopefully that was due to Benedict Cumberbatch's push on that, because remember he was pushing on trying to make it available at the same time to make sure it was available to all the fans.
Hopefully it will be intact, though. The PBS version last time cut about 17 minutes off each episode of Sherlock, so we'll see how that goes.
Shaving in 1 second out should be considered sacrilege.
But yes, very, very excited about Sherlock and the Watson mustache.
So, between Moffat and Gaddis, we have them to thank for our latest Doctor Who, Adventure in Time and Space, and Sherlock 3. British Invasion is hard and strong on and unstoppable.
It is, like a snowball. And now it's a great big boulder, and it's getting larger.
Well,
in a good way.
Thanks to the episode of The Snowman, now we can't even look at snowballs the same way again. Thank you so much, Moffat, for always turning, seemingly innocent objects into objects of terror now. Well, that's our wrap up on the 50th anniversary out there. So we salute you all, the Whovians, that were able to watch it, either on the 23rd or the ones that caught on the 25th. And for those of you who have yet to catch it, get out there and find it!
I very much doubt there's very many that haven't.
Well, if you find any out there, the rest of you Whovians who have seen it, if you find anyone unfortunate enough who has not seen the special, I charge you with making sure that they see it. I'm watching.